Yeah, here we are back again. It's your mans and them, Plastic Addict. We have a very, very special review today. To me, this will be my most coveted, my most favorite 2-pack of the year. We have Doomsday, Superman vs. Doomsday 2-pack by DC Icons. This 2-pack is very special to me because this was one of the first comic books and I've ever read, right? I've ever read. I loved Superman, I love Batman. Started with the Super Friends show. I'm an 80s baby. So when I tell you I know this, I know this. I live this, I breathe this DC, right? Yes. Yes, by Dan Jurgens and Brent Bredin. Sign them up. I'm all in. That's upside down, but sign them up. I'm all in. Let's go. Sign them up. I'm all in. You know what it is. All right. And you gotta have this to be really official. That's the certificate of death. All right, so what we're gonna do here, in the background, I'm gonna have some instrumentals playing of some of the top hits from 1992. This comic came out in 1992. I was 11 years old. And in 1992, this was the sounds coming over your radio waves. As you drove, as you head here, to point A to point B, this was the sounds coming out of my family's car. So, this whole review will be sounds of 1992, top hip hop albums of that year. Are we ready? Let's go. First things first, top of the box, the bloody S, 'cause it's death time. Spoiler alert. 29, that is the number. And to be quite frank, it is the last one, I believe. The very last Icons of the year. For Icons, for the Icons line. Bottom of the box, you got your warnings, under 3-year-old not recommended to play with this. 29 pieces. Let's be clear on the side, as you can see, Superman Doomsday. Let's be clear. This is 75 bucks. This will run you 75 bucks. I got it for a little bit cheaper because, like I said, my comic book shop has a rewards program. Let's take the slip off, because that's what this is. That was a slip. You take that off, you see the rocks here at the bottom. They battling it out in Metropolis. Doomsday Superman's battling it out. Yes, it's time to sip that juice. Now, I can't really show you what this pack is about unless I bust it out. Is that right? So let's do what we came here to do and bust these bad boys right out of the packaging. Yay! Yeah. Talk about a tough set, ladies and gents. Ooh. Nice. Now, when you first take it out of the original box, it has a diorama type set of the Daily Planet where Superman and Lois Lane work. That's where they're battling right in front of the Daily Planet. So that's what you get in You're getting a diorama style set of the entranceway to that building. All right. First things first. Let's go over some of the accessories that it came with. All right. So as you can see in the back, we got a Badoom or Badam, however you want to say it. I think it's really supposed to be pronounced Badam, you know, but Badam, that's what happened. And then also you have a Krakatoon. All right, so that's pretty good. They give you, you know, the backside of this is also it's plain cardboard cutout, but that's nice. You can do some ACBA with other type of figs that you have, and this does come with a stand. It's held up by a stand, and it's pegged in the holes. I'll show you guys a little bit later. There's a bunch of peg holes in this base, this rock base down there. Also, Doomsday, straight out of the packaging, came with his claw hands. I mean, his open gripped hands, right? With his bones protruding out of each and every knuckle. That's pretty decent. Same, you get 2 of those. I switched the hands out and put the fists on. So that's that there. And then you have also a ripped cape, right? Superman's cape is no longer on him. You rip that bad boy off, and you could simply, off the bone claw or the bone, you can hang it straight off of there. I'll show you guys a little bit of that demonstration later as well. It also comes with rocks. You get 7. You get actually 7 pieces of rock. It's 2, 4, 6. Oh, look at me, I can't count. You actually get 8. You actually get 8. Get 8 pieces of rock, right? And all of the rocks have peg holes at the bottom because they can be pegged in the inside of this base. So what you would do, you would simply just put your peg in it like this, in one rock, and then you will place it on your base. Superman also comes with his heat vision, very translucent type of red plastic, and also the dead Superman head. Yeah, that's dead right there. He made Superman bleed his own blood. You made him bleed his own blood. But that is what he did. Doomsday is by far an animalistic type of villain. He cares nothing but about death and destruction. He's simply a force to be dealt with as a villain. Let's get into here. This punch that Superman, it's like a sonic boom type of punch that he can lay down. It fits very snugly on his right fist. You cannot fit it on his left. You can see there's an indentation, right? That's only for his right, not for his left. So it fits real snug on there. They did a good job of molding that on there and fitting it on there that way it stays on there. So that was a good job, and a kudos to DC Collectibles for that. Here, let's put Superman over here to the side right fast so I can show the actual rock that it comes with. Okay, And this here, we'll get to the actual figures a little bit later. I want to show you what you're getting for, which is $75. All right, so like I was explaining before, this stick, it has a hole right there. You see that notch? There's a notch right there, and there's also a notch. I don't know if that's showing up on camera, but it's also a slit right there in this clear plastic stick. So what you do, you just slide it up in here like so, and you can get your sound effects going. And also the tattered cape. Now in the comic book, the cape is facing this way, right? But on here, on your rock base, you can turn it upside down. You'll be incorrect, but you could, if you so choose to be wrong, you can be wrong and turn it this way. But it can go either way, right? And you can have it this way. So it's your choice. You can either be right, you can be wrong. No, I'm just playing. It's your fig, you do what you want, it's your money, you bought it, you can do whatever you want. But as I was saying before, you see these holes right here? So where's the rock that I already have put a peg on? So they peg in, just like here, just like so, and they'll stay on that base. And you get, what I don't understand what DC Collectibles did, they only gave us, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, they gave us 5 pegs, right? 5 pegs for the rock, but 8 rocks. So I guess the other 3 rocks you're just gonna place on here randomly just to place them on there. Yeah, so go figure that one out. Anyway, let's look at the design and overall sculpt of these figs here. Look at that. Now, Superman here, but it don't be alarmed, I did not break the fig. It's supposed to come off like that, right? It is, and it's to ensure that you don't break it, right? When things come off easily, it's so you actually don't break it. So here, Superman's design is pretty decent. You have your blood effect here on his shoulder. You get that screaming face, that mad screaming face. You get that blood effect from Doomsday coming across that grape and scratching that face up. I mean, that screaming effect face is pretty decent, pretty on point. All right, then you got this Superman's hairy chest, let you know that he's a man's man. Got hair on his chest. I'm a grown man, baby. Also, you got the tattered uniform of the S. Also in the back, strapped up because it got stripped off of his back. I mean, he's going through it. Superman is going through it right now. This is the hardest challenge Superman has ever gotten. He also got his classic yellow belt with the red trunks. All right, no paint flaws or mess ups here or hiccups. Back of the calves looks pretty good. Also the red boots looks to be on point. Here he has the ripped up, look, that's an actual gash right there in his right leg, his right thigh, gashed him up. He also has the hair on his forearms. All right, it's just overall, the look is nice. Love the look. Love the look that they gave Supes. I mean, like I said, this is the toughest battle that Supes ever had, so he's not going to go unscathed at all. Also, Doomsday, right? Nice looking look. Look at that, the classic eyes. You can actually see the eyes through. Look at that eyeball peeking. Who's that peeking through my window? Pal, nobody now. Yeah, that's nice. Look at that sculpt there. That sculpt work is on point. Definitely digging that. Got the bone right there in the middle of his chest. Super accurate to the comics. The bone to the left and the right shoulder. Super duper accurate. This is the way he looks. This is the way he looks inside of the page. Then got the belt and then the material folding over his belt. Very nice. Very nice musculature. Muscles just flexed out. See those ripples in those pecs? That sculpt work is on point there. Also, you see the ripples on his shoulders there. Very nice. Nice leg work and sculpt work with the muscles there as well. Very nice. And the bottom of his foot got the this is the type of tread that he has. He has these raised up treads right there on the bottom of both of his boots. And he has a boot hole right there, so he can be placed on the stand if you so choose to. But his balance is quite nice. The back of the figure looks nice as well. Got a nice sculpted, detailed, muscular back there. Got his made in China stamp right there on his left leg, left back thigh. Then you got the DC Comics stamp right there. Very nice. And the boots is nice. Very nice. All right. Even up under there, you can see, like, what kind of muscles are those, man? That is absolutely fabulous. But he's nothing but muscle. All right, so let's check it out. Let's go right into the articulation of Doomsday from here. All right, let's move these pieces to the side. So Doomsday articulation. Head on a ball. Can look left, right. Also 360, because like I said, it's on the ball. Hair does not hinder. How far can he look up? Not that far at all. And that's crazy because of the back of his hair mold right there. All right, so he looks up, not at all, really. Looks down, that much. Up, down. Got the bone right there that's also a hindrance from him even getting even further down. Design flaw, I don't know. Probably so. But shoulder can raise 90, which is good. Bicep swivel right here. Now, mind you, when I took this Doomsday out of package, I had to soak him in hot water. This bicep rotation would not turn for the life of me. So I gave him a hot water bath, about 5 minutes while I looked at the accessories, and boom, turns like a champ now. All right, now for his hinge, he has a single jointed hinge, but look at this. This is the hinge that you're getting. This is what they're giving us, DC Comics. That's it. Now that's piss poor, and I'm gonna be completely honest. We need more than that. Look at that. What is that? Come on, icons. Let's get it together. Look, I'm gonna tell you this right now. Essentials, when you take over, please do not give us no weak articulation. And let me point something out. Look at that. Look at that leg. That leg is way too loose. Look at this. That's way too loose. When you try to get him in poses such as this, these legs are not supposed to be that doggone loose. Anyway, I digress. He can bend down this far, right? Crunch this far. Now he does have a diaphragm joint up here, so he can rotate a good amount. can't complain about the rotation there, because that's pretty nice. So ab crunch here in conjunction with the diaphragm can get that much. Ab crunch goes this much back. With conjunction with the diaphragm, you're getting that. All right. Here, legs can kick out this far here. Can kick out back that far. Right there. That's where you get it. All right. Now, they do have this drop down function. And this drop down function works when you don't want it to. Like when you're trying to get certain poses, you don't really want the drop down, but you kind of have no choice, right? But it does have its advantages because you can get a higher kick and a back kick. Even he kicks to the side. The splits is looking like this. All right, that's how much you're getting as far as the side splits. Now he does have a thigh rotation right here, which is pretty decent, and the double jointed knee is also pretty decent there. He does have an ankle hinge, right, and a rocker, which is pretty decent. And right here on his wrist, he has a wrist rotation, as you can see here, and he does have a hinge back and forth. So overall, it's okay. The sculpt is nice. The articulation is okay. It could be better. It can always be better. Like, we need better. We deserve better. Superman, articulation, head on the ball. Just so everyone knows and sees how this head works. Pops off fairly easy. Pops on, like I said, it's on the ball. Pops on, you can pop his, there goes Doomsday. All right, other head, his right leg came off. Pop that back in. That's what it looks with the dead head on. All right, so Superman's articulation. This thing keeps popping off. Now that's starting to get on my nerves. He can get about almost, if not 90. Can we call that 90? Not quite. It's not quite 90, but 70, what, 89. It can rotate right here. It does have a double jointed, double jointed elbow, excuse me. It does have a wrist hinge right there, and it can swivel. Now, this diaphragm joint on Supes is super duper stiff, all right? But you are getting something out of it. Also, he can crunch down about this much, and he crunch back about that much. So we need more range of motion. Let's be honest, we need more range of motion than this. Come on, DC icons. I mean, now look, I can see why you guys are disappearing, because even I am not as satisfied as I need to be with this. You gotta understand, like, you guys are really missing the mark here. And that's all you're gonna get from that. And the front leg kicks up this far with conjunction with that drop down function I was telling you about. Kickbacks that far. All right, now look at this. Legs got no business being this loose. No business at all being that loose. The drop down function is nice, but let me tell you something. If the figs are going to end up being this loose, don't even put it in there. You get your double jointed knee, get your ankle rocker and ankle hinge. He can do the splits because of that drop down, but look at that leg. Like I said, DC Collectibles, you need to get this one together. Pronto. When Essentials take over, I swear for God, y'all better have y'all stuff together. But that's the articulation. Also, he does have a circle round peg at the bottom of his right foot. Double jointed knees, I think I already covered that. But that's the articulation on Supes there. Next, we will get into size comparisons. So, first off, Superman's comic book height, right, is 6'4". Doomsday's comic book height is 8'10". Now, a 8'10" and 6'4" should not even be that close. Superman 6'4", Doomsday's 8'10". DC Collectibles. Doomsday needs to be this tall. You're talking to his abdomen, not his chin or the upper part of his chest. Abdomen. This is 8'10". We need better. That's what I'm saying. But let's see how this scales with other figures that you may or may not have in your collection. Okay, now let's see how these two figures stack up. First things first, Superman is standing at 6 inches even. Doomsday is standing at 7 inches even. Now here we have this Superman in the middle, 2016 DC Icons. This is your Superman that we reviewed today. Death of Superman, DC Collectibles, DC Icons. And this is your 2017 Superman from DC Collectibles, DC Icons. Now, this Superman and this Superman are almost running neck and neck. But still, this Superman here, even if I bring him forward a little bit, is still tad bit, nope, they're the same size. But it's this Clark, this Superman, that is your taller Superman, your 2017 DC Icons. Now here we go, you have your 2017 newly released Batman in the middle, a Batman to the far right. You have your Arkham Knight Batman, also by DC Collectibles, towering over Doomsday, which shouldn't even happen. And there he goes. He fainted. He fainted, ladies and gents. He can't believe that a Batman is taller than Doomsday. I can't believe it neither. Now here we go. We have in the middle Batman versus Superman Batman by DC Multiverse. Then you have your 0 year Batman towering. This 0 year Batman is about the same size as Doomsday. Go figure. Now here we have your Deathstroke, also from DC Icons. And then to the far right, you have the Justice League movie Batman from DC Multiverse. In the middle, we have DC Icons Wonder Woman. And to the far left, we have DC Icons Supergirl. Both still taller than Superman. DC Icons Joker in the middle. DC Icons Black Adam to the far right. Now here we have in the middle Batgirl, and right here to the far right, Hela from Marvel Legends. Batgirl is from your Arkham Knight series, Arkham Knight line by DC Collectibles, and Hela is from Hasbro. Your Thor, no, sorry, not Thor, your Hulk, Gladiator Hulk Build-A-Figure wave. Now here we have Colossus from your Warlock Build-A-Figure wave, the X-Men wave. And here to the far right, we have no other than Ares, also from the Gladiator Hulk wave Build-A-Figure. And here we have in the middle, we have your Toy Biz Bishop. And to the far right, Wolverine from your Juggernaut Build-A-Figure wave. Now Bishop is as tall as Doomsday. Here we have in the middle Thor. Here and to the far right, Cyclops. Both Hasbro, Marvel Legends. Now here we have in the middle Kratos, the God of War, from God of War 3, and to the far right, Mr. Sinister, Toy Biz Edition. Now here we have Omega Red in the middle from Toy Biz. And here we have now Deadpool, Marvel Legends Edition. X-Force Deadpool, rather. HasCon exclusive. Now, the question that everybody probably had on their mind when I showed this Cyclops. I wonder if Plastic Addict can show us if Superman's Arctic Blast can fit on Cyclops' Arctic Blast. Let's see. So, this I got off of, and I forget the name of the Superman figure that I got it from, but he was nothing but $10. Superman's Arctic Blast does fit on him very, very snugly. Like, yes. But does it fit on Cyclops? Right? That's the question. Can we use this for our Cyclops? Question is, well, no, you cannot. This is molded to Superman's face. His eyes across the brim of his nose, that goes perfectly on his head and will not, cannot fit across Cyclops' blast goggle. Sorry, folks. It's not going to happen. All right, folks. Well, I hope you enjoyed the review. I hope it was informative. I hope I made your decision easy to get or not to get. Some of the takeaways, the articulation is okay. The sculpts are great. The weak joints are never a good thing. But overall, in total, I'm not happy, but it is what it is. I still am going to enjoy the set. I still am going to enjoy posing this figure and these figures. But like I always say, the decision is up to yours to purchase or not to purchase. It's been another review by your mans in there, Plastic Addict. I catch you on the rebound. Take care of each other. Love one another. And like I always say, be patient with yourself. Be patient with your hunts. And if you're patient enough, even an egg will and can grow legs. Collect what you love what you collect. Till next time, Plastic Addict.